What's going on, people, on this glorious afternoon right here in East Providence, Rhode Island? It's Mike Fletcher. What's up? All right. Saturday night, we were all stunned. We kind of were blown away at UFC 199 because they were showing a preview video for UFC 200, which would have been the next event. And then you heard the words, "Can you see me now? Can you see me now?" The next thing, Brock Lesnar's picture and video appeared on our screens, and we all were wondering what was going on. The next thing we know, Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan were reacting to Brock Lesnar returning to UFC 200, and it broke the internet. Well, now we know who he's going to fight at UFC 200 on July 9th at the T Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's going to be none other than the hard-hitting Super Samoan himself, Mark Hunt. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Mark Hunt versus Brock Lesnar at UFC 200. And it is going down July 9th. Let's go into the particulars about it. Brock Lesnar, former UFC heavyweight champion of the world. He won the title after he knocked off and beat Randy the Natural Couture to win the title for the first time in only his third UFC fight in his career. A lot of people, very apprehensive about Brock Lesnar starting his UFC MMA career. He did lose his first fight. The first fight was against Frank Mir. He did tap out to Frank Mir due to a leg lock. He did lose that first fight. Then after that, he had a couple of good fights, good victories. And then he got the ultimate payoff. He won the UFC Heavyweight Championship. The UFC Heavyweight title. And held it for a little bit, all until he got upended and lost. And actually, let me go and see if it gives us the, here it is. He first had a fight in Dynamite, which was against Min Soo Kim. Beat him in a minute and 9 seconds. Then he lost to Frank Mir. Beat Keith Haring. In his third fight, got Randy Couture. Knocked him out. TKO'd him in the second round to win the title. Then had 2 successful title defenses, which was a rematch against Frank Mir at UFC 100, defeated him, basically TKO'd him, and then beat Frank Harwin, only to lose the belt to Cain Velasquez. Absolutely got destroyed by Velasquez, and then lost in his last UFC fight, which was December 30th, 2011, to Alistair Overeem, and that was by TKO. Brock Lesnar had a lot of, good fights in his career. He's also had some bad fights, but he also had a lot of issues, a lot of problems. He suffered some injuries, especially an intestinal tracking, which really messed up his career for a number of years. And a lot of people, he almost died actually a few times. So now he's gonna fight in the UFC again and fighting the Super Samoan himself, Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt has a 2-fight win streak. He beat Antonio Bigfoot Silva at UFC 193 and then knocked out Frank Mir in the first round. And now he's going up against, one of the biggest fights in his career. He's going to fight Brock Lesnar. His career right now, his career record in the UFC or in MMA in general He is 12 wins, 10 losses, 1 draw. So what's going to happen there? We'll wait and see. All we know is now UFC 200 is a very, very, very loaded card now. I mean, let's talk about it. UFC 200 now at the T Mobile Arena. We can now add to this lineup. We got Cain Velasquez against Travis Brown, Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar for the UFC featherweight interim title. Of course, Miesha Tate versus Amanda Nunes for the UFC women's bantamweight title. Mark Hunt and Brock Lesnar. And in the main event for the UFC light heavyweight championship, Daniel Cormier versus John Jones. And there's also some other big fights that up and down this card. I mean, what a night it's going to be. July 9th from the T Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. UFC 200. We'll get more into that. Plus, there's a story that's going out that I want to get into about Ariel Helwani and the UFC. I'm telling you right now, I am pissed. I'm angry, and I'm going to voice my displeasure about it Friday night on Strictly Sports. Until then, so long for now.